So, I met Jenny when I was a lot younger, and we were in sixth grade, fifth grade, something like that. And she and I had really big impacts on each other's identity in terms of family life and self esteem and different facets such as that. And we really stuck together throughout that period of our life. And then we lost touch here and there during high school, even though we spent every day together when we were younger. And what I wanted to focus on with identity was working with those who helped to create my own identity and how they impacted me. And I wanted to talk about how they see themselves versus how I see them and how others see them. So this really gave me a chance to get in touch with her again and really focus on that. So we went to this bayou near her house where we used to go when we were younger, and I just really wanted to talk to her about herself and how she's been doing. And this was one of my favorite shots that I got of her, just relaxing and perfectly at peace in the sun. Just I really feel like how I know her, I really captured that very well, and that's mostly all I have behind it.
How long was like the period of estrangement? Like, how long did y'all go without talking to each other?
It wasn't really not talking to each other. It was mostly just she went to hopefully I'm not wrong about this. She went to an international British school, kind of a private
Oh,
school
okay.
over in Houston, I think. And I stayed at our area school, so we kind of just lost touch after that. Um, we would text each other every now and then, but really once the pandemic hit was when I wanted to get in touch with her again. So I'd say we didn't really talk much for about 2 or 3 years.
Like, not as much as y'all used to, right?
Yeah.
And you said y'all went to this bayou that y'all used to go to all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How is it like going back there? Or like, was it the first time you'd been there, just like ever since y'all were hanging out?
I don't live on that side of town, so I don't really go over there that much.
Oh, okay.
But it was really nostalgic to go back there
Yeah.
again. Think about being 12 and 13 years old and hanging out there with friends that I haven't talked to in 5 or 6 years. And
Yeah.
like that, and passing by houses of people that I don't talk to or I had classes with in the last year that I still don't talk to, and being with her and how that was very familiar to me. It didn't seem like much, but I think after I left, I was like, wow, it was something I really wanted to meditate on and think about. I didn't intend for it to happen that way, and it did.
Yeah. Hmm. How come you decided to choose this picture? Because I looked at the other ones you had too, but how come this one?
Um, well, compositionally, I felt like it was the best of the four I was looking at. But besides that, I feel like it really just reflected well on how I know her and her
Hmm.
identity. It's very vulnerable. It's a vulnerable shot, um, but she is just totally at peace and very serene and just with herself. And I think that really just encompassed how I wanted to see identity and herself. And I do think some of the others might have accompanied it well, but I feel like it spoke more for itself singularly rather than as a group. So that was my favorite for those reasons.
So would you say like the decision on why you chose this picture was like kind of based on intuition, like it just felt right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I love that.
Thank you.
My name is George Cantu, and my favorite color is blue. I think it was my first roll of film that I got back and developed, and I just remember at the time being so excited. Like, if nothing else mattered, it kind of blocked everything out. And I think it was just that feeling alone and the pure excitement. I think it's where I knew this is like something I could do almost religiously, and I've just never looked back.
I guess I'll start off like with why I wanted to do my project this way.
Okay.
Um, I don't. Well, obviously, like with the pandemic, we couldn't really go out, and the place where I go develop pictures was closed. So, and I don't have a digital camera. I literally just have one point and shoot that I've been using ever since I started. So I was kind of limited in that aspect. But I did have a Polaroid camera sitting around, so I guess I just decided to, since the subject was identity, just take pictures of myself. And at first I took the pictures of myself and just laid them out, most of them out. But I felt like there was like a lot of things missing, even though like it was seeing like day by day. I guess what I looked like. I don't know. I guess it just wasn't screaming me like I wanted it to. And I know a big part of my identity is my writing. Like I write for like literally anything, just like for the pure joy, or just like for the introspective feelings it gives me, or therapeutic feelings it gives me when I'm just journaling on my own. So I guess I could try to combine those two because I felt like it perfectly captured who I was.
So, as a basic question, what made you want to write on the pictures and have them be self-portraits? And I understand that there is a pandemic and that kind of limits what we can make. But I was really curious about it because I really liked these and I was really drawn to them. And I was curious as to what led you to do this and what. And how.
This is kind of like not really answering the question I want the way I want to answer it, but I don't know. I've always taken pictures of myself over the years, but I've never like released it as work. Like like I know randomly I'll go back to I think third grade when I first got a computer, and like literally every day I would take new pictures of myself. And like when I saw that, like the collection of pictures, I was like, oh my god! Like I felt like I knew the kid even if I didn't know myself. So I was like, that would be like interesting because like you could see so much even in just the way someone's like posing a picture. But like with this one, since I'm like standing more still and it's the same, uh, and then I guess when I got older and I got into writing, it's just personal interest, and I just try to put that on. I guess the pictures I was doing, and I really like just like personalizing things, like I'll have like, let's see, like someone will gift me like jeans or something, and like I get sick of looking at it because I'm like, everyone has like a pair of jeans like this, so like I'll write like something random on it, or like I'll draw something random on it, or I'll look at my walls and like I'll get so bored of it, and then like I'll just start drawing something because like I feel like it has to be mine, you know. I don't know why I'm really drawn to that. So like it's something that I've always done before, and that's kind of what I was doing with writing on them specifically.
So when you introduced it, you touched on how you felt like the pictures, and I'm sorry if I quote you wrong, didn't necessarily reflect you the way you wanted them to be. Do you think that has to do more with how you saw yourself in them, or more of an internalized thought of how others will see you in them?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Wow. I didn't think of that. Definitely when I think how I perceive myself, you know, because obviously like you don't know how other people perceive you, and a lot of times you want to be perceived a certain way, and many times the way you perceive yourself. So yeah, it was definitely more based on if someone saw these, I don't feel like they're seeing me. I'm seeing like I'm really. This kind of sounds um what's the word? Man,
Well, it's
brain
more
fart.
it's
Sorry, what
more
are you saying?
vulnerable to have those be of yourself, especially in an exhibit that is literally on identity, and how there is a lot of giving in that to make it something that is about you with an exhibit that's on identity, and you have to allow someone the complete right to perceive your identity without necessarily your immediate commentary on it, unless they look for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think you touched on it kind of spot on with that word vulnerability. Like it's I guess it's just like an aspect of my personality that like I feel like is really major to who I am. I like to be vulnerable. But it's kind of ironic, I guess. Specifically with my writing cause and my journaling, cause I never let anyone like see my journaling. Like I know when I started journaling like way back when I was way younger, like if anybody like even like looked at my journal, like I would like grab it and like go hide it. But like I guess putting my writing on there, like I don't know, I wanted to allow myself to be vulnerable,
Oh, that's,
especially with these thoughts that I don't normally share.
no, there's a lot of strength in that. That's I commend you on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Houston Center for Photography exists for and because of our community. Our access and community education programs support the organization's mission of increasing awareness and appreciation of photography in partnership with several local schools, community centers, public parks, and medical centers. Thank you.